Thank you for joining us today. We will get started in one moment with today's presentation, Library 101, Part 2. Library 101, Part 1 premiered on July 31st, and you can go back and watch that video to get the original 12 questions that were asked. Again, you do not have to have watched that one to be able to enjoy or get the gist of this one. Once again, thank you for joining us today. My name is Jody, and I am the adult programmer at the Central Rappahannock Regional Library, Fredericksburg branch. I am doing today's presentation, Library 101, Part 2, Frequently Asked Questions of the Library. For the original questions presentations, you can go back to July 31st and watch Library 101, Part 1. Again, you do not have to have watched that one to be able to understand what is happening here today. And as always, if you have questions that have not been answered, or even if they have been answered but you would like more explanation, please feel free to contact us and let us know. We are always happy to help our wonderful customers with all their questions when we can. So let's get started on today's presentation. Why can't I place a hold on a book item not on order? Why can't you keep a list of people for future holds? Our system does not have the ability to place holds on items that we don't have in the system yet. Many things can change with an item. Publishing date, amount of items we can order, availability of item. We can't have a running list outside of our system due to privacy of customers' amount of request. We would have to be across all branches, and someone would have to make each request. Best way to see what we have is to check out librarypoint.org/new. You can from there filter it to just do on order items, books that have just arrived. You can do both. You can do it in certain time frames, such as 7 days or 30 days. And you can also do it by format if there's a certain format you are looking for. There is a book I want that is not in your collection. What can I do? There is suggested purchase, which is one of our most popular items. The item has been published in the last 2 years or coming out in 30 days or less. That you're allowed to do this 2 per month. You're not automatically put on hold per item is ordered. As with the previous question, we just do not have the ability to go in and add every single person that might have requested that item onto the wait list. Interlibrary loan, also known as ILL. The item has been published over 6 months ago. The cost is $5 per item. That is shipping and handling one way, and can take a while to arrive as it can come from anywhere across the country. You don't get to keep the item, nor do we. It goes back to the original library. Overdrive Libby, which is one of our ebook services. Overdrive must own the rights to the item, and the best way to see if they do is to do a deep search. And then if they do have the rights to the item, you can hit the notify me button, and you'll be notified if we purchase it. Missing item in a series. Contact your local branch if it falls outside of the suggested purchase time frame. But if it is within the suggested purchase time frame, it is recommended that you use that instead. And none of these, unfortunately, are guaranteed to get the item. Do you really review all suggested purchase suggestions? Yes. It's usually reviewed by a member of our collections departments. And depending on the age range of the book, it will either be done by adult or juvenile, which also includes young adult. The main reason items aren't ordered is that they aren't available through our vendors. Libraries usually use vendors over places like Amazon or bookstores to order books. We will occasionally go to other sources other than vendors to get the item, but we do try to go through our vendor first. What do you do with donations? Some of the donations are added to the collection. These are usually newer books that have a lot of holds on them. Think of like Theo of Golden, Calamity Club, new bestsellers that have recently come out. Majority of donations are sold at one of the Friends of the Library bookshops and sales, and this helps fund everything from programming to printing. Why aren't the same books always on the shelves? The library system has a floating collection, except for special collections such as the Circulating Law Library. Books don't have a home branch. Where the book is returned to after being checked out is where it will stay until checked out, returned again. Duplicates are shared. If a library has several copies of the same book, they will probably send additional copies to other libraries. What do the different statuses of the items mean? Checked in. Item is checked in at one of our branches. Shelving cart. Item has been returned in the last 48 hours. It can be on shelving cart or on shelf already. So if you don't see it on the shelf and it says shelving cart, ask one of the desks. And if you can't find it, even if it's supposed to be on the shelf, also ask. GA, 2-letter indicator. That is like the branch, like as Porter will say PO after it. Cooper says CO after it. Item is on display at the branch indicated. So each branch has a different indicator of the display status, and it will tell you which branch is supposed to be on display at. Transit request. Item is going from one branch to another. Item can be anywhere between the two branches. This means it could be in the van that does the transportation, or it could be at either the original branch or the new branch in one of the bins. Unfortunately, we have to go through each bin to be able to find the item, so even if it's in transit at the branch that you're at, we cannot always instantly put our hands on it. Item being held. Item is on a hold shelf for a customer. Checked out. Item is currently checked out by a customer. Eval. Item is undergoing evaluation to see if it can be kept in the collection, needs to be replaced, etc. Not on shelf. Item was not where it was supposed to be when looked for. Lost. Item is missing from collection. Can be either not on shelf or overdue by too many months. So for both not on shelf or lost, there is a chance that we will find it, but not always, unfortunately. Why is there a green band on some of the books? The book is a rental. Rental books are books that we don't own but are renting from another place, normally a book vendor or similar. Popular books that we need more copies of, at least temporarily, can be returned to lender after initial burst of popularity, but it can also stay on shelf if it is still needed to fulfill collection demands. Are all nonfiction books true? Nonfiction encompasses a lot of books. Not all are considered true. Our nonfiction collection holds, in addition to history, science, etc., mythology books, poems, plays, and graphic novels. Technically, in the Dewey Decimal System, which is what we use, even fiction books could have a number. We just choose to do it by author's last name and put them in a separate section. How can I book a study room, meeting room, or privacy pods? There's actually been this summer already in July, Lunch and Learn that went over all this, but we will go through it very quickly again. But if you would like more in depth, there is that Lunch and Learn, and there's also on the meeting room page a video that also shows you step by step how to do the booking. These branches do not have any of these options. Ideal Space, Town Center, the Library Administration, and the satellite branches Partlow and Belmont. Can be booked online at librarypoint.org/room-request. Study rooms can be booked day of and day before. Privacy pods can be booked day of and day before. Meeting rooms can be booked 3 days in advance until the end of next year. In a year, just a year, sorry. Can call the branch to ask about booking a room, but a booking cannot override another booking. And also for meeting rooms, I want to add, we can call and help, but you will still have to do the booking online. Study rooms holds 4 to 10 people. It depends on the branch. Can be booked for 2 hours, but can be renewed if no one's waiting and or rooms are available. Can be booked up to a day in advance. Does not require a library card. Can be booked daily. Privacy pods holds 1 to 4 people, depending on branch. Can be booked up to 2 hours, but can be renewed if no one is waiting and or rooms are available. Does not require a library card and can be booked daily. Meeting rooms holds 12 to 225 people. It differs from room to room, branch to branch. Can be booked up to time of next booking. Close of the library. Only theater at Fredericksburg can go after hours, but bookings must begin during open hours. Can be booked 3 days before until the end of the rolling year, which means till this time next year. Requires a library card. Can be booked weekly, but may be changed to monthly for more popular, larger rooms. For-profit groups will have a fee for larger rooms, $80 per hour, and a shorter window for booking. 3 months on a rolling basis or up to 6 months for a performance. Is everyone who works at the library a librarian? No. While we have librarians at most of the larger medium branches, most of the staff are not librarians. There are multiple departments within the library. The following slides will explain the different departments at most of the branches. The volunteers, non-paid, they can either work for the library department or Friends of the Library. Department volunteers will help with the different tasks each department has, such as customer service, help to do the pull list, shelve or pull expired holds. Youth services, normally teenagers, help with programs, passive activities, etc. Adult service, help with programs, passive activities, sometimes computer help, job help for customers. And there's also the Friends of the Library, which is both similar but slightly different. Can join the Friends without volunteering. Usually they process donated books and help run the bookshop or big book sales. Customer service, pages. Put the books away and empty the book drops. They are part-time and normally have to be at least 16 years or older. Customer service clerks. Check in and check out the books. They shelve holds, give out library cards. They are normally part-time and they are 18 years or older. Customer service supervisors. The department head is the head supervisor. Supervises the department, scheduling major problems, can be full or part-time, and they also have to be 18 years or older. Library assistants. And this is for both youth and adult services. Helps on the desk with finding books, holds, research, display, etc. They are part-time and they are 18 years or older. Library programmer. On-desk tasks such as library assistants will also have off-desk responsibilities such as programming and collection management. They can be full or part-time and you have to be 18 years or older. Librarians, library programmer, and normally more responsibilities, and they have to have a master's degree. And then there's the department head. They are a librarian and they are in charge of the entire department. If you're interested in a career in the library, we do have on our webpage our career portal. We will post it when there are availabilities. Check around Wednesdays if you would like are interested to see, and we will post when positions become available. Am I talking to a real person on email chat? Yes. Each question is answered by a staff member, but sometimes it takes a while to answer. Find the best person to answer the question, especially if it is a question that we don't see often. And questions are only answered during open library hours. So since it is answered by a real person, you would, if you ask it like at midnight, the earliest you would be able to expect an answer would be after 9 the next day we are open. And finally, this is one I'm asked, what is the most asked question at the library? Since I've been working at the library, which has been a rather long time, I have been asked these 2 questions at least once a shift. And I've added actually a third question that is our most frequently asked online question. The questions, where is the bathroom? Where are the computers? And our most frequently online question is, what is my library barcode / PIN number? Sorry if you thought they would be more exciting or thought-provoking, but those are actually two very important questions, and as is the online one, since we do have a lot of customers now that only use us online. I hope you guys learned something new today, and if not, had at least a little fun. Again, please keep asking us questions, keep using us. We love all of our customers, and we hope that you enjoy your rest of your day. Thank you, and goodbye.